The concept of Kundalini energy has long fascinated spiritual seekers, mystics, and those interested in esoteric traditions. Kundalini is often described as a dormant, divine energy coiled at the base of the spine, which, when awakened, ascends through the chakras to the crown of the head, leading to spiritual enlightenment and profound transformation. However, there is an alternative perspective that considers the Kundalini energy as a counterfeit spiritual force, particularly in the context of a matrix or controlled reality system designed to harvest energy from souls. Understanding Kundalini and its traditional interpretation. Kundalini, in traditional Hindu and Tantric traditions, is seen as a powerful and sacred force. It represents the primal energy of the universe, latent within every human being. When this energy is awakened, it is said to travel up the spine through the 7 chakras, activating each one and leading to a state of heightened consciousness, spiritual insight, and ultimately, unity with the divine. The activation of Kundalini is often associated with intense physical, emotional, and psychological experiences. These can range from bliss and euphoria to pain and confusion. The process is believed to purify the individual, burning away past karma and egoic attachments, and leading to a profound spiritual awakening. The Matrix and the concept of a counterfeit Kundalini. The idea of the Matrix, popularized by the eponymous film series, refers to a controlled reality where human beings are trapped, their energy harvested by a system that seeks to maintain its own power. In this context, some spiritual perspectives suggest that the Kundalini energy, rather than being a pathway to enlightenment, might actually be a tool of the Matrix to drain souls of their vital energy. The argument posits that the Kundalini experience, particularly when it is heavily focused on sexual energy, can become a form of energy harvesting. Sexual energy is one of the most potent and vital forces within a human being, and in some spiritual traditions, it is seen as the raw material for creating life, not just physically, but spiritually as well. In this alternative view, when Kundalini is activated, especially in a premature or forced manner, it can lead to an uncontrolled release of sexual energy. This release is often accompanied by intense emotional and physical experiences, which can feel overwhelming or even destructive. The idea is that this energy, instead of leading to true spiritual liberation, is siphoned off by the Matrix, feeding into the very system that seeks to keep souls trapped. Sexual energy and the sacrifice of vital force. Sexual energy is often considered the most powerful form of energy a human being possesses. It is the force of creation, capable of bringing new life into existence. In esoteric traditions, this energy is also believed to have the potential to elevate a person spiritually, transforming base desires into higher states of consciousness. However, when sexual energy is misused or prematurely released, it can lead to a loss of vital force. In the context of the Matrix theory, this loss of energy is not just a personal depletion but a deliberate harvesting by the Matrix. The system is thought to be designed in such a way that it encourages the premature activation of Kundalini, often through distorted spiritual practices or misinformation, leading individuals to unwittingly surrender their energy. The depletion of this energy can leave individuals feeling drained, confused, or even spiritually lost. Instead of achieving enlightenment or spiritual growth, they may find themselves more deeply enmeshed in the very system they sought to escape. The Matrix, in this theory, thrives on this energy, using it to sustain its own existence and maintain control over souls. The illusion of spiritual awakening. One of the most concerning aspects of the counterfeit Kundalini theory is the idea that the experiences associated with Kundalini awakening, visions, intense emotional experiences, and heightened states of consciousness, might be part of the illusion created by the Matrix. These experiences can be incredibly convincing, leading individuals to believe they are on the path to enlightenment when, in fact, they are being led further into the Matrix's control. The theory suggests that the Matrix might use the Kundalini experience to create a false sense of spiritual progress. Individuals may feel that they are achieving great spiritual feats, but in reality, they are only moving deeper into the illusion. This can be particularly dangerous as it can lead to a false sense of security or spiritual arrogance, where individuals believe they have achieved a high level of spiritual awakening, making them less likely to question the true nature of their experiences. Alternatives to Kundalini. Preserving spiritual energy. From the perspective of those who view Kundalini as a potential trap within the Matrix, the key to true spiritual liberation lies in preserving one's vital energy and seeking alternative pathways to spiritual growth. This might involve practices that focus on grounding, centering, and maintaining the integrity of one's energy field, rather than seeking out intense or dramatic spiritual experiences. Such practices could include mindfulness and meditation. Instead of focusing on awakening Kundalini, individuals might focus on simple mindfulness and meditation practices that promote inner peace, balance, and clarity without the intense activation of sexual or primal energies. Energy conservation. Learning to conserve and direct sexual energy in a way that strengthens the individual rather than dissipating it. This might involve practices such as sexual transmutation, where sexual energy is consciously redirected toward creative or spiritual pursuits. Shadow work. Engaging in deep psychological and spiritual work to integrate all aspects of the self, including the shadow, without relying on the activation of Kundalini energy. This can lead to a more holistic and sustainable form of spiritual growth. Grounding practices. Regularly engaging in grounding practices that connect the individual with the earth and the present moment. This can help prevent the dissociation or ungroundedness that sometimes accompanies intense spiritual experiences. Discernment. Developing a keen sense of spiritual discernment to distinguish between true spiritual growth and experiences that might be part of the Matrix's control system. This involves questioning and critically evaluating all spiritual experiences rather than accepting them at face value. Conclusion. Navigating the spiritual landscape. The idea that Kundalini could be a counterfeit force within the Matrix presents a challenging and controversial perspective. For those who resonate with this view, it serves as a caution against blindly pursuing spiritual experiences that might deplete vital energy or reinforce the control of the Matrix. True spiritual growth, from this perspective, involves not only seeking enlightenment but also preserving one's energy, maintaining spiritual discernment, and grounding oneself in practices that promote genuine self-awareness and liberation. By doing so, individuals can navigate the spiritual landscape more safely and avoid the potential pitfalls of counterfeit spiritual experiences. Whether or not one subscribes to the idea of the Matrix or the counterfeit Kundalini, the core message remains relevant. Spiritual growth is a delicate and personal journey that requires careful consideration, discernment, and respect for one's own energy and well-being. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.